Hey everybody, this is Kenny C here from Chilling with Jeff and Kenny C, bringing you an exclusive interview. My guest at this time is a alternative model from the West Coast. She goes by the name of Vikki G Funk, and she is joining me right now. Hello, Vikki.
Hi, Kenny. How are you?
I'm doing real good. Thank you so much for being on the show and doing this
Oh,
interview.
having me.
All right, so let's get started. Talk a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I'm 29 years old. Stay-at-home mom. I do anything from extreme sporting to going to concerts. I get tattoos every couple months. You name it, I do it.
All right. So, what got you into modeling?
I guess what got me into modeling was curiosity. I was looking for a hobby, something I could do once a week or on weekends. I went online and I found a site called meetup.com, and that's where I found the company I currently model for. It's Inland Empire Models and Photographers Group.
Now, what type of modeling do you like to do?
I like everything. I never stay within just one style. I don't like to be combined into one area of modeling. I love it all: pinup, rockabilly, retro, glamour. I like to be versatile and try new things.
I checked out your modeling pictures on your Facebook page, and I like what you have done. And it's good to know that people like yourself in the modeling industry likes to do more than one thing, wants to expand themselves. So that's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Now, who do you consider as influences in your modeling career?
I'd have to say all classics. Betty Page, Betty Davis, Dorothy Dandridge, Monica Lake, basically the pinups of the 1920s to the 1950s. And also Catherine Mettinger. She's the co-organizer of the Inland Empire Model Photography Group that I'm in. And she's just an amazing woman. She's been modeling her whole life, and she's a great model and great modeling coach and just a great friend.
As we make it past the first half of 2012, what goals do you want to set for the remainder of the year?
I think I want to just continue modeling and enjoy the experience and opportunities it has to offer. I plan to work more on my pinup modeling so I can enter next year's Ink and Iron pinup pageant.
Again, I am joined with Vikki G Funk for an exclusive interview right here on Chilling with Jeff and Kenny C. What would your advice be, Vikki, to anyone out there that wants to get into the modeling industry, whether it's modeling or being a photographer? What would your advice be?
My advice would be just to have fun with it. Don't take it as personal competition. Really embrace and support the fellow models who share the same passion as you. I've been in several model competitions, and the outcome of them have been great. I've met a lot of models through the contests we've entered, and several of the models I've been in contests with have become my friends on Facebook. Definitely be humble. I think that's one of the most important things in modeling that people sometimes forget. Confidence is another really big thing, I think, because the industry is up and down, and I definitely think based on how you carry yourself throughout it will affect the experiences you have.
What do you consider as the biggest highlight of your career thus far? What's been that one thing that makes you say, you know what, this is exactly what I want to do?
Well, I've had several opportunities to participate in model competitions, and they've opened new doors for me. I think the one highlight right now for this time of my life is I recently became an official model for the Jaded Bombshells.
I am familiar with that group, Jading Bombshells, and I'm familiar with one of the models that's on there, with Cheryl Bartley, I believe that's her name.
Yeah, she's actually the one that got me into the Jaded Bombshells.
Yeah, I did. I recently read your post a couple of days that you're on board now. So congratulations to you on that.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm honored. All the women in it are just amazing.
So you got now that you're part of the Bombshells, you got any like an upcoming photo shoot with them?
No, not right now. I just joined, or I just became official a couple days ago, so I'm still getting used to being a part of it. I think once they have events, that I'll be definitely participating in those. But as of right now, no, I haven't really done any photography with them yet.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Do you see
Go ahead.
is this something that you still want to do? You want to expand yourself any further? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Um, that one's hard. Definitely dealing with an adolescent teenager. My daughter will be 13 in 5 years, so that should be interesting. I see myself doing a lot of things I currently do now. Spending time with friends and family, planning yearly trips with friends. I hope in 5 years I can say that I've traveled a lot more than I have, and I hope I can have, more opportunities in the modeling career that push me forward.
And how do you like to be remembered when it's all said and done?
I'd like to be remembered for the little things. A smile that brightens someone's day, an ear to listen to, shoulder to cry on. I think I'd like to be remembered as someone who has impacted the world, and those in it for better. Someone that offers, something to people that, they remember and that they cherish, and others think that, I'm a kind-hearted and loving soul.
And how can people get in touch with you social media wise? Facebook, Twitter, or any other links that you have that you want to promote?
Yeah, right now, currently, my stuff is on Facebook. My personal modeling page for the Inland Empire Models and Photographers Group and Jaded Bombshells is www.facebook.com/Miss Kitty, Kitty, Von Rose. And the other one is www.com/Jaded Bombshells.
So everybody be on the lookout for Vikki under the Bombshells Facebook fan page and like her Facebook fan page and like her profile as well. A couple other questions I want to ask you, considering you do pinup modeling, you more on the alternative genre. Uh, Do you ever see alternative modeling or pinup modeling being as big as mainstream modeling?
Yes, I definitely think it's the pinup stuff is coming back. I see a lot more of the pinup stuff than I do the glamour or the runway stuff. The alternative is amazing. I think that's something that's been underground for a really long time. Women with tattoos and piercings, and certain style of clothing, hair. I think that people tend to shy from that in the modeling industry. So I think it's really good that they've created this alternative aspect to it. That way women like myself that have piercings and tattoos and are a little wild or whatever, can have a place to share, our modeling experiences with.
Speaking of the piercings and the tattoos, have you ever had to deal with a photographer that's hesitant on those two particular things when it comes to wanting to do a photo shoot?
Yeah, my first photo shoot was very nice. It was kind of like a Great Gatsby's 1920s murder mystery, and I had this really elegant dress. My hair was all done nicely, but I have half a sleeve on my arm, and I have tattoos on my feet. And some of the photographers were hesitant. Some embraced it, and they're like, they really wanted to take pictures of just the tattoo art. And some kind of give me a hard time about it, with this little hook in my lip that they call it, or whatever they do to pick on me. It's all in fun, but a lot of the photographers that I work with take pictures of the tattoos because they're different and they're interesting, and so it's kind of a balance. Sometimes there's photographers that like it, and then some that are just traditional and like to stay with the modern.
What do you consider as your greatest asset as far as you being the model and taking pictures? Or what do you consider as your greatest asset?
Um, I guess I'd have to say um, my attitude about it. Um, a lot of the things that people like about me are, the way I carry myself. And I make it a fun experience. I'm always friendly to everybody. I respect the industry and I respect the people in it.
Again, I'm joined with Vikki G. Funk here on exclusive interview for Chilling with Jeff and Kenny C. Um, Here's what I want to ask. You know how models or entertainers, they have meanings behind their names. What made you name yourself Vikki G. Funk? I like the funk part, but what made you
Thanks.
name yourself Vikki G. Funk?
Well, my first name is actually Victoria. So Vicky is just a high school nickname that my girlfriend used to call me, and so I've had it for a long time. The G represents my last name. My last name is Gazzoli. And the funk, really, it is from that song Regulators, when Nate Dogg is singing and he says, G-Funk, step to this. So I thought, oh, that's kind of clever. So I just kind of threw that in there with the name.
That is a classic tune right there, and may Nate Dogg rest in peace.
Yes, absolutely.
His music, his vocals, his hooks, timeless. I mean, if you ever wanted your song to sound funky, that's who you go to. To Nate Dogg. So that's very interesting. The funk part. So that kind of fills it in now. So that's great. That's absolutely great. You live in California, but what are some other places that you would like to travel to?
Well, I've only been to a few states. I was born and raised most of my childhood life in Reno, Nevada. Moved to California. I've been to the East Coast. I lived in North Carolina. I'd really like to just travel all over, see how much I can put into my life, because I really haven't traveled a whole lot. I've never even been to Mexico, and I live like a couple hours from there. So I really would like to just go everywhere.
Now, are you familiar with the alternative modeling group Dead Babes by any chance?
Yes, actually, Rochelle wants me to join that group as well, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot and see
Oh,
if I make it.
I've interviewed majority of the Dead Babes, and I will be interviewing Rochelle coming up in July. That definitely would be a great fit, and the guy's in charge. His name is Joe. He's a cool cat, very hilarious dude. I think that would be a something you should take into consideration. So I would love to see you be a part of Dead Babes and interact with the rest of the girls. That would be totally awesome. Totally awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've seen the pictures, and they just look so amazing. This is definitely going to be fun.
Now, before I let you go, before we end this interview, Vikki, I ask all guests to do this. It's like a station ID. It's like a voice drop. All you have to do is say your name. And right after you say your name, you say you are chilling with Jeff and Kenny C. That's all you have to say.
Vicky G. Funk, you're chilling with Jeff and Kenny C.
I love it. Thank you so much for your time, Vikki. And thank you for doing
Thank
this
you.
interview. 2-day notice. And again, thank you for the birthday comment. Do you have any final words and shout outs?
Sure. I'd like to give a shout out to all of the photographers and models at Inland Empire Models and Photographers Group, and all the wonderful ladies in Jaded Bombshells.
And Vikki, thank you so much for your time. Best of success goes out to you, and definitely keep in touch.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. And thank you everyone for listening to this interview. You can listen to this and many more on www.chillinbroadcasting.com. This will conclude the interview. Thank you everyone for listening.